I don't care how old you are or where you're from. If you don't know at least two, no, three of these songs on this album, you're an alien. Now then guys, QUINNSDUDE here, back once again on the Rad Music Chat channel. Thank you so much for joining. If you are new here, please hit the subscribe button. And if you enjoy this video, down below is the thumbs up as well. And of course, it's called Rad Music Chat channel, so all comments are encouraged as well. So regular viewers will know that a lot of the albums that I look at on here are ones that appear in the 1001 Albums That You Must Hear Before You Die book, and this is also a record that quite a few of you have asked to be featured. So as you guys know, I love getting input, so you have asked and I have answered. We are going to be looking at, this is the highest selling album that we've looked at so far on the channel. This is the 11th studio album from British stroke American rock band Fleetwood Mac, and it's their album that was released on the 4th of February 1977, Rumours. Before we get into the actual music on Rumours itself, just a few facts about the album to sort of let you understand the impact it had. Rumours was the 6th biggest selling album of the 70s. It's the 12th biggest selling album of all time. It's sold over 40 million copies worldwide. The album has 4 singles, all of which went top 10 in the US, and one of them actually went to number 1. The first 10 million of that 40 million total sold was in the first month. I mean, this thing just came out the gates and was a smash straight away. The story of Fleetwood Mac as a band is very, how can I say, it's dysfunctional with a capital D. It's too much to go into here, because it would take up way more time than we have. Suffice to say, by the time they got to Rumours, they had 3 singer-songwriters within the ranks of the band. You had Lindsey Buckingham, he played guitar and vocals. You had Stevie Nicks, and you also had Christine McVie as well. The album kicks off with a track that I hadn't heard before called Secondhand News, which is a Lindsey Buckingham pen track. For me, it's a really quite a weak start to what is obviously such a huge album. It's just a bit too folky for me, yeah, I don't really like the feel of it. The lyrics to it are great, and they kind of set the tone of the album, which is a lot. A lot of this album is sort of about nasty, messy breakups, heartbreak, jealousy. Hence the title Rumours. It was there was a lot of sort of internal relationships going on within Fleetwood Mac. Now, track 2 is a completely different story. Dreams is the track that I mentioned went to number 1. Now, the thing with Dreams is it's got a really interesting story. For a start, though, this is the Stevie Nicks pen track. Initially, she had written this in about, it was one of those songs, the classic, you know, song written in 10 minutes ends up being one of the best songs ever. The rest of the band apparently weren't crazy about it, but she pleaded with them to record it, and therefore we have the story, and this, you know, it became the sort of monster it was. This went to number 1 in the US and Canada. Now, the thing is with Dreams is, sound-wise, this is one of those tracks that has Stevie Nicks on lead vocals, but Buckingham and Christine McVie, they all sing the chorus, 3 of them together, and it just, the way that those any combination of those 3 together is incredible. But the 3 of them together on this track, this song as a whole, just, it to me sounds like if Velvet you know, had a sound, this is it. Track 4 is Don't Stop, which was another single. This is a Christine McVie written track, and it's probably one of Fleetwood Mac's more straightforward pop rock song. Great track. It kind of switches with who's on lead vocals between Buckingham and McVie, and then they sing simultaneously in parts as well. One of the most sort of well-known tracks off the album and of Fleetwood Mac's career. What can be said about Go Your Own Way? Absolutely amazing track. The chord progression in it is lovely. The drums in the verse are really inventive and sort of make it stand out and help with the build up to that huge epic chorus. The guitar solo in it is just iconic. The vocals, again, the way that the singers all intertwine, it's just a fantastic track. In Fleetwood Mac, it wasn't just the complications between Nix and Buckingham that was kind of making things a strange environment. Bass player John McVie and Christy McVie were separating during the making of Rumours. Christy McVie wrote arguably my favourite track off the album, Songbird. It's such a achingly gorgeous track. It's just her and a piano. The actual story about how it was recorded is I'm going to put a link below. Honestly, just take 5 minutes and read about that. The Chain is probably to a lot of people more well known for having the back half of the song being the synonymous with Formula One, the coverage on television in the 80s and I think the 90s as well, with the used it as the theme tune. But anyway, the track as a whole is a great track, and I kind of see it as having sort of lots of different sections spliced together, but it does really work. Again, it's another track that kind of talks about the internal relationship issues. It should also be noted that The Chain is the only track on the album that actually has all 5 members credited as co-writers of a song. Christine McVie is just, rest in peace. Her voice is just, she's just an angel. And You Make Loving Fun is another track penned by her. And there's not many better examples of just how gorgeous her voice is. Just there's something about Christine McVie's voice. I know that Nix's appeal is undeniable when talking about Fleetwood Mac, but McVie really was. And there's a quote that she was apparently the glue that held the band together. But I mean, her vocals are just absolutely wonderful. One of my favourite female voices, it has to be said. You Make Loving Fun is a great track, and it's quite really funky, and it's because of McVie plays a clavinet on this track, which is that really kind of elasticy band sounding instrument that is probably more famous for being on Superstition by Stevie Wonder. Anyway, this track was the 4th single. If Songbird isn't my favourite track on the album, then Oh Daddy might well be. Again, showing my bias, but it's a McVie pen track. She plays Hammond organ on it, Moog on it. The acoustic guitars are lovely on this track, and the really compressed sounding drums make for the atmosphere. And then the vocals, layers of vocals are just epic. Regular viewers will know I like to keep these videos sub 10 minutes. I've really struggled to do that with this because every track on this album has so much stories about the recording or the writing or just the background of what the song's about. Look into it yourself, do yourself a favor, get into Rumours, not just listening to it, but sort of do some research on the album itself and where it came from and all this backstories behind it. Okay guys, that's it for this one. As I always say, please down below hit the like button, and any comments, get them in as well. I think there could be quite a bit of discussion on this album. So yeah, that's it for this one. Stay rad.